Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this afternoon we'll have a look at the latest from the GFS, the GEM, the ECMWF, the GFS Ensembles, and then we'll lastly have a look at the UKMO Office Run as well. As it does look like over the next week or so, we're going to continually see dry and fine weather for many. Will be variable temperatures at times as we do have some cooler air trying to push in from the east, but for most this bank holiday weekend, it's going to be very nice and dry and warm, especially on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Temperatures still maybe warm, especially in the west, but it's a bit iffy what the temperatures will be in the east, as we just have to see the progression of some cooler air coming in from the east. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and do remember to follow me on Twitter as well. The link's in the description. So if I look through the latest GFS at the moment, you can see the high pressure over the top of the UK at the moment. And we have seen, over the course of last night into today, we've seen a cold front move in through the east, which has brought a bit of patchy drizzle and some thicker cloud. Now, it's going to be breaking up as it moves further west, but towards the east coast, it may still remain cloudy for the rest of today, and even for parts of tomorrow as well. However, high pressure builds in once again for all areas, pushing away any of that sort of energy coming in from the instability within that low pressure system that's just out in Europe. And we see another fine dry day through Saturday and even into Sunday as well, before potentially bringing in some cooler air once again from the east as the high pressure shifts further northwards and westwards. You can see we've got that mega block that we had a look at yesterday, still setting up with low pressure out in the Atlantic, low pressure in Europe, and a big high pressure in the middle, centered over and to the north of the UK, with a massive ripple in the jet stream. Beyond that, high pressure stays around, and towards the middle of next week, we do start to see some low pressure trying to push through. And you can see right towards 240 hours, we do see low pressure finally pushing through. So it's well over a week's time, getting towards 10 days' time, that the model is starting to push low pressure through, probably from energy being pushed up by these tropical systems that you can see in the Atlantic. One tropical system here, and then one tropical system, if we go back a few days, just one tropical system towards the Azores as well, pushing through. It does look like we're going to be going into a very active period of the Atlantic hurricane season, so I'll probably be putting a video out on that tomorrow, but it may reinvigorate the jet stream. And it's one of the effects we can see from hurricane and tropical storm activity throughout America, can reinvigorate the jet stream, giving us westerly winds or even southwesterly winds. And you can see low pressure continues coming in off the Atlantic, periods of high pressure trying to push in, but largely it is low pressure trying to push in off the Atlantic. And you can see pretty variable conditions towards the first week of September. Nothing too warm, nothing too cool, just sort of coming in and out of high pressure, low pressure. But at least for the next 7 to 10 days, it is looking fairly decent. So make sure you go out and enjoy it, of course. We do see those warm, dry days. If we have a look at the GEM, you see again high pressure over the top of the UK. We've got that cooler air just in the far southeast. And if we do have a look at the 850 HPA temperatures, you can see that cooler air just in that far southeast corner. Further northwards and westwards, still quite warm and dry, with temperatures again getting into the low 20s. While we have that cooler air, maybe only high teens, and feeling a little bit chillier with some cooler dew points. Beyond that, high pressure completely in control. You see warm air does come back to the far southeast over the course of the weekend, and then by Monday potentially a bit more cooler air comes in, before by the mid of next week warm air for pretty much the whole of the UK, with temperatures getting into the low 20s, feeling really quite pleasant. As we head to 240 hours, you see not too much of a breakdown on the latest GEM. GFS had this low pressure pushing in. GEM has high pressure maintaining its strength. It is shifting a bit eastwards. So if we do have a look at the upper air temperatures once again, you can see there's potential. If we do see this getting shunted out further east, we could start to drop some warmer air from southern Europe, from North Africa, potentially giving us a mini heat wave. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, it is 10 days out, and you can see those variable differences between the GFS and the GM. But it does show you after this high pressure maintains its control, the blocking pattern starts to break down towards 10 days. It's quite uncertain how it does happen. GFS has quite a clean breakthrough with low pressure pushing in off the Atlantic. GEM has a much slower breakdown with high pressure trying to maintain control. But where we see this battleground between low pressure out in the Atlantic and high pressure trying to hang on to the UK, it could drop that warmer, hotter air. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we head into the first week of September. If we have a look at the ECMWF, you can see we've got high pressure around, of course, today, continuing over the next few days, maybe some cool around the far southeast, of course, and then we maintain that omega block throughout the middle of next week. And as we're towards day 10, you can see, similar to the GFS, we do break through, and low pressure does take back control. Not particularly warm, but not particularly cold either, to be honest, as we head towards the first week of September, with just really westerly winds. Further northwards and westwards will always be favoured with this sort of westerly pattern for seeing cooler and wetter spells. Further south and eastwards, drier and maybe a tad warmer as well. But all areas will be seeing more showers and some windier and cooler conditions if we do see westerly patterns like this break through. If we have a look at the GFS Ensembles, you can see over the next week to 10 days, things are looking very dry. Temperatures being up a little bit up and down. You can see cold air is seeping through over the next 12 to 24 hours as that cold front makes more progression westwards. And yeah, it does bring in some cool air, maybe some cloud and a bit of drizzle. And you can see there's a potential for a bit of drizzle over the next few days, even across the bank holiday weekend. Even though it is looking largely dry and fine, still could be some drizzle here or there. But you can see temperatures are going to be around average, maybe a touch above average as we head towards the first few days of September. Before, as we head towards around 4th, 5th, 6th of September, we do start to see some more precipitation signals pick up and more variability in the temperatures as well as the uncertainty does come in. But generally, it still does look like the majority of the ensembles are going around to above average temperatures for the foreseeable future, all the way to sort of 10th, 11th of September, and not really as many precipitation spikes than we would expect, really, from an even ensemble member. So it does definitely look like they are still favouring dry conditions, even though the ECMWF and GFS Operational Run did have a breakdown with low pressure moving in by day 10. Be interesting to see what we see with Glasgow. We'll have a look at that in a minute, see whether that has a lot more precipitation spikes. I'm guessing it will, but we'll just have to see what it does show. Another good indication is sea level pressure. You can see over the next sort of week to 10 days, high pressure in complete control above 1,020 millibars before we do see more uncertainty with quite a few ensemble members, including the Operational Run, drop down in pressure, and there does come a lot more scatter. There are still, of course, some remaining with high pressure in control, others going more variable. So if we do have a look at Glasgow, we have a look at the sea level pressure first. You can see a bit more, quite a big drop off as we're towards 3rd, 4th of September with the pressure in Glasgow. You can see high pressure over the next sort of week or so. Higher pressure than we're going to see down in the south, as we do have that centre towards the north and west. So could be the highest temperatures potentially in northern Scotland. We did see 26 degrees in Scotland yesterday, which was very, very warm for this time of year, well above average, and we could see sort of conditions like that repeat over the next few days. And you can see in the longer term, a big drop off in pressure, so potentially low pressure moving in. But it's still a lot of uncertainty. There is still a lot of scatter there. If we have a look at the 850 HPA temperatures, you can see as we head towards day 10, you can see a lot more precipitation spikes coming in. So perhaps those ensemble members that are hanging on to high pressure is similar to what the GEM was showing, where it's just hanging on in the east and the south, potentially drawing up warmer air, but at the same time bringing low pressure in from the west. So it does look like definitely on the GFS ensembles with Glasgow, does look like low pressure will be starting to push in from the north and west towards the first week of September, but we'll have to keep an eye on it still in the longer term. But you can see for the next 7 to 10 days warmer than average conditions, especially for the northwards and westwards, with dry conditions prevailing, feeling very, very pleasant indeed for all those in Ireland, Scotland and western parts of England and Wales as well. Really just the east and the east coast maybe going to suffer from thicker cloud and drizzle at times. If we now finally have a look at the UKMO Office Run, see what that is showing, you can see over the course of today we've seen a few patchy drizzly showers moving in. They're going to be pretty consistent over the next few days, mainly in the east. Some areas may see a little bit of drizzle, some may see none at all, maybe just see some thicker cloud that does break at times. You can see Friday afternoon, maybe some showers moving into the far southeast, but really not making too much of an impact, maybe only just clipping Kent. A few showers maybe over the north of the high pressure, and then moving down the far southeast, potentially we see an upper trough move through Monday afternoon, so potentially in the east a little bit more thicker cloud and drizzle for bank holiday Monday, but still most areas looking very, very dry and fine, and we've seen much worse bank holidays than this before, so it's by no means bad. If we do have a look at the 1.5 metre temperatures. You can see today we saw temperatures get around 20, 21 degrees in many areas. Ireland saw 24, 25 degrees this afternoon, feeling very, very warm. Further east, a little bit cool, of course. We have that cold front moving in with the thicker cloud. Through Friday afternoon, you can see temperatures getting up to around 20, 21 degrees, maybe only 18, 19 further east, though, as we do have that cooler air still in. But of course, best temperatures looking like Republic of Ireland, 22, 23 degrees potentially. As we head through to first day of the bank holiday weekend, on Saturday afternoon, you can see temperatures widely 20, 21, maybe 22 degrees, so it's feeling very pleasant pretty much for all, as that high pressure does build into the east and the south once again, pulling in some warmer air from the centre of the high. So it does look like Saturday's going to be quite a fine and warm day. Sunday, again, quite warm and dry, but especially in the west, 20, 21, 22 degrees potentially. The east and the northeast does look like cooler temperatures going to be coming in, so we do see an upper trough with some cloud and drizzle, as you saw with those precipitation charts. And then finally, Monday afternoon looks reasonably cool for many areas, only 16, 17, 18 degrees. Best temperatures maybe in Ireland, so Monday at this stage looking maybe a little bit iffy on the temperature side, maybe a few showers in the far east, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now it is 5 days away, so these subtle changes in a couple of degrees temperatures and where these drizzly showers are going to be positioned in some thicker cloud can still change. At this stage it does look like Monday may be the worst day of the bank holiday weekend. By no means it's bad, no, by no means it's a washout, but it may just not be quite as nice as the Saturday, Sunday. Still though, looking pretty warm and dry for the whole bank holiday weekend for many areas, so do go out and enjoy it, as it's the last bank holiday before Christmas, in England, that is. So yeah, soon we'll be looking up towards the festivity down in December, and the potential will be, of course, be having a look at, will be seeing a white Christmas, snow at all during December, and that will be coming up over the next few months, so do stay tuned for that. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.